Windows don't help, but yeah.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the January 26th City Council meeting. We had a slight delay of game with the weather, but we're here safe now, and we thank you for being here. At this time, I would like to invite Stake President David Dunford of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints to please come and lead us in the invocation, and ask that you please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand.
Our most kind and gracious Father which art in heaven, we are indeed grateful for the opportunity in which we have this beautiful evening to meet as a city council to discuss the affairs of this great city. We are so grateful, Father, for our mayor and the city council and for those who faithfully serve and protect our communities. We ask that thy Spirit will be with us this evening, that we might have a spirit of joy and happiness and a spirit of love and concern for one another. We ask a blessing to be upon those who protect this great nation, that thy Spirit will be with them and watch over and protect them. We love thee, Father, and we thankfully say these things in the sacred and holy name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, President. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all so much. May I have the roll call, please?
Mayor Bartlett.
Here.
Council President Robleski.
Here.
Councilmember Beer.
Here.
Councilmember Goodson.
Here.
Councilmember McKay.
Here.
Councilmember Lessman.
Here.
Councilmember White.
Here.
Councilmember Jackson.
Here.
Thank you. We have a quorum, so we will begin. Are there any amendments to the agenda?
Yes, I have two small amendments to the agenda. First, under legal, item B, for Ordinance 2026-54, we just want to change the procedural note and just say it's just a first reading and strike the request for immediate consideration. And then with that, we would like to strike item B under recreation and just move it to the February 9th agenda.
Thank you so much. We'll make a note of that. And at this time, I'll request approval of the minutes.
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion from Mr. Jackson and a second from Mrs. Lessman. Are there any questions or comments? Seeing none, may I have the vote, please?
Councilmember Jackson.
Aye.
Councilmember Lessman.
Aye.
Council President Robleski.
Aye.
Councilmember Beer.
Aye.
Councilmember Goodson.
Aye.
Councilmember McKay.
Aye.
Councilmember White.
Aye.
Thank you. The minutes are accepted as written. We do have a first presentation tonight, and I would like to invite at this time Angela Thompson, Stephanie Jones, and Chelsea Sparks to come and meet Mayor Bartlett down at the podium for a proclamation with regard to Human Trafficking Awareness and Prevention Month. Thank you all so much for being here.
Hello and welcome. I have a proclamation that I will read in part and present to you and then let you say a few words. Whereas human trafficking is a public health issue and crime that harms the health and well-being of children, individuals, families, and communities, often across generations. Whereas human trafficking can happen to anyone in every community. Human trafficking is connected to many other forms of violence and exploitation and often shares common risk factors such as lack of resources and unsafe environments. Whereas a successful response to human trafficking requires a coordinated community-wide response that includes collaboration across sectors and with those who have experienced human trafficking to ensure that services and programs are effective and meet the needs of all survivors. And whereas every individual, family, community, and organization can help raise awareness, prevent trafficking, and support survivors by learning how to take action. Now therefore, I, Renee Bartlett, Mayor of the City of Madison, Alabama, do hereby proclaim the month of January 2026 as Human Trafficking Awareness and Prevention Month.
Hello, I just wanted to say thank you on behalf of the Alabama AG's office and the North Alabama Trafficking Task Force, Child Trafficking Solutions Project that I work with, Trafficking Hope, and you have a new name. What is your new name? Alabama Anti-Trafficking Team. She recently started a new team. I'm having to learn the name. But what I really want everybody to take away is that trafficking is happening in every corner of our state. It is affecting your neighborhoods, no matter how rural they are or how urban they are. It does not matter. It's happening right here in our back doors, and we all need to be more aware, and we all need to take a stand in this fight and support organizations that are in this fight, and especially support, the NCAC, the Child Advocacy Center, local DHRs, local law enforcement that are doing these sting operations and really trying to prevent this crime from happening. And I just want to thank the council and the mayor for taking a stand within, the municipalities, because this is also a place where, information gets put out there. So we appreciate you all so much for doing this and for proclaiming this month. Do y'all want to have anything to say? Thank you so much.
Thank you all so much for the critical work you do in our city in protecting our residents and guests. At this time, I would like to invite Trey Jonikin, who is an 8th grader at Liberty Middle School, to come and share with us his essay that he won on Martin Luther King Day. And we're so glad to have you here today, Trey.
Trey, thank you so much for being here. Just as a little bit of introduction, I had the honor of representing the city of Madison at the Martin Luther King Jr. Unity Breakfast on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And at that breakfast, I was able to hear Trey Jonikin deliver his winning essay. Trey is an 8th grader at Liberty Middle School on the basketball team, a student council treasurer, National Junior Honor Society member, Beta Club member, Technology Student Association member, and a cellist in the Huntsville Youth Orchestra. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Trey Jonikin.
I had a dream. In that dream, I met Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Standing right before me was our greatest civil rights champion, our greatest leader, a man who went to college at the age of 15, gave 2,500 speeches, and went to prison 30 times. A man inspired by Gandhi to lead a peaceful movement that not only changed our nation, but changed the entire world. A man assassinated out of hate at the age of 39, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Seeing Dr. King brought to mind images of fire hoses, vicious dog attacks, and faces twisted by anger. Women and children alike were crying. Thinking these things, I asked Dr. King, what kept you motivated? In my dream, Dr. King said to me, there is nothing greater in all the world than freedom. It is worth going to jail for. It is worth losing a job for. It is worth dying for. But Dr. King, I said, even after your sacrifice, we still have injustice and police brutality. We still have economic disparity, war, and people in need. Slowly, Dr. King replied, We will overcome because the moral arc of the universe is long, but it bends towards justice. But Dr. King, I asked, what if we are scared? Slowly, Dr. King turned towards me and said, there comes a time where one must take a position that is neither safe, nor politic, nor popular, but he must take it because his conscience tells him it is right. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of convenience and comfort, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. But Dr. King, I protested, you were a great man. I can't do what you did. Dr. King paused for a moment, then said, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. The time is always right to do what is right. As I woke up from that dream, I lay in bed thinking about what Dr. King said to me. How we all can serve, how we all must do and say things we might not be comfortable with, and how we all must persevere against the hate because our freedom is more valuable and more important than anything else in the world. Most importantly, if we stay true to that moral arc and continue on that path towards justice, we will end up where we need to be. I had a dream.
Stay right here. We'd like to take a picture with you. You are a shining example of who Madison City School students are. At this time, I would like to ask the superintendent of schools and the school board president to come forward so that we could take a picture with Trey. And congratulate you on winning this contest.
Thank you so much, Trey, for sharing that with us. The future is very bright. We're looking forward to your generation taking good care of us. And thank you also to his parents. What a wonderful young man you are raising. Thank you. At this time, we'll move into public comments. Each person has 3 minutes to address council. Would ask that you would address your comments to me. And if you could start by saying your name and which district you live in, and we will open up public comments at this time for anyone who would like to address council. Okay, seeing none, we will close public comments and we will move in. Whoop, I'm sorry. Okay.
Margie Daly, is the mic on? Erica's district?
Mm-hmm.
So I have 2 points to speak of. One is about the Finance Committee, where it's located on the city website, why we are having consent agendas without actually having meetings, and why 5 NGOs are getting money tonight with no accountability or transparency whatsoever. And I want to know, how much does Huntsville give to the Huntsville-Madison Chamber of Commerce? The entire appropriation suggested from the annual budget is $150,000. Tonight, they get $50,000. Just a few council meetings ago, you already approved $100,000 for them. So that means in the first quarter, we've given the suggested appropriation from the annual budget. And mindfully, it is only a suggested appropriation. We do not have to put this in the budget. My second issue is the temporary tax that started in 2009, it was amended in 2010, and amended in 2012. Never was it made permanent. Any permanent taxes should be on a ballot. And this has no transparency or accountability as to where the money goes. My third point is the Breland 3% payback for campaign contributions. Mr. Breland is the biggest donor in our state. He has also donated to President Trump bigly. And, you know, it seems like a payback, because how could you guys give away 3% of 3.5% where the city general fund only gets 0.25 because the schools are getting 0.25? Now, last year, the schools' revenue was $42 million, and they spent $47 million. So they had a deficit of $5 million, and that's from the audit, so that's factual. I don't know why, you know, we have to make this permanent. You guys can just keep it temporary. There is no reason to make it permanent, and I think it's a shame that you're taking food tax and put it in Mr. Breland's pocket, the biggest donor in the state, county, and nationwide. Thank you.
Is there anyone else that would like to address City Council? Seeing none, we will close public comments and move into the consent agenda. Mr. Beer?
Thank you. All right, I'm going to start with, before I hit the consent agenda, address a little bit about the Finance Committee meeting. We did cancel December 22nd because we did not have a quorum for the Finance Committee. And this one, to just be quite honest, was on me. When we moved the meeting, I thought we did not notice it, but our clerk, Lisa, did notice it. So I inadvertently canceled it a little bit early. So that's on me, learning lesson. But that being said, the Finance Committee does get regular updates from our finance director, as well as emails on a number of different topics, which includes this consent agenda. If you look at the agenda packet that's posted with every meeting, anything on this consent agenda, all these appropriations will have the actual agreement in place, and then following that is a scope of work. The scope of work outlines what is the city getting, you know, what is the transaction that's happening there. So I encourage people, if you don't know what is on the agenda or on the what this is for, to check that out. It's very informative. Okay, so moving on to the consent agenda, we do have a number of appropriations that we had budgeted. Liberty Learning, which is a program that helps citizenship and engagement with our youth, is out there. I see Heather Mason here. Heather's an old friend for Hills Health Establishments at local schools, and this one provides dental checkups for kids in Title I schools that do not have medical care and dental care. It's a great program. A lot of good stories on that. We've got appropriation for the drug-free community of $20,000, Huntsville-Madison County Chamber of Commerce. You know, one thing, too, about Huntsville-Madison County, you know, a lot of Madison is in Madison County, and Huntsville-Madison County does focus on the entire county, not just Huntsville. So it's very clear to make sure it's not a Huntsville-only appropriation, but for the county. So we appreciate all the economic development work and partnership we have with the chamber over there. Madison Trails and Greenways, we've got $5,000 for one of the greenways, some work, the bridge work that's going on over there. And then we got an Alabama Municipal Fund check. Can't remember that. We had a fencing claim for the accident that happened at the ballpark where a truck crashed into a gate and it was repaired. So we've got proceeds coming back in from that. And then we've got a few miscellaneous donations for the police department and the senior center. We've also we get a monthly report that shows pretty detailed financials. The Finance Committee does. That was sent out and reviewed by the Finance Committee themselves, as well as all the disbursements and checks. So with that, I move to accept the Finance Committee report.
Move to approve.
I'll do a motion from Mr. Beer and a second from Mrs. Lessman. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
And I was just going to add on the comments that was referenced earlier that $100,000 went to the Madison County Chamber of Commerce. Madison Chamber of Commerce. So this is $50,000 for Huntsville, Madison County. The previous $100,000, Ms. Daly, was for the Madison Chamber of Commerce. So it's two separate organizations. And when will your next Finance Committee meeting be?
Thank you. Thank you. Good point. So the Finance Committees are the fourth Monday of each month. We are going to move those to 7 a.m. So we'll move those 7 a.m. Lisa's going to notice that. So it'll be 7 a.m. the fourth Mondays of each month.
and here in the conference room.
That's correct.
Awesome, very good. Thank you for that. So again, to recap, I have a motion from Mr. Beer and a second from Mrs. Lessman. Any other comments? Seeing none, may I have the vote, please?
Councilmember Beer.
Aye.
Councilmember Lessman.
Aye.
Council President Robleski.
Aye.
Councilmember Goodson.
Aye.
Councilmember McKay.
Aye.
Councilmember White.
Aye.
Councilmember Jackson.
Aye.
Thank you. The consent agenda and finance committee report are accepted as written. And now we will have our presentation reports, and we'll begin with Mayor Bartlett.
Thank you. First, the last couple of weeks have really been a challenge, and I am incredibly proud of the work of city employees and city departments, particularly Public Works, Public Safety, in dealing with the winter weather event. In addition, the issue that arose with the Sutton Apartments. We had a lot of people helping those tenants that remained relocate. I want to thank code enforcement, the fire department, legal, the building church, Pastor Spencer Beach, Lana Barshinger. They organized so many volunteers from many churches in the community who helped relocate. Shower Up, Refuge Church, Pastor Jason Parks brought food for everyone that remained in the apartment complex. Community volunteers and donors, it is because this community came together at a time of need that we were able to help those poor residents at the Sutton Apartments, and we were able to relocate every one of them on Friday on time pursuant to the order to vacate. So I just have nothing but thanks for everyone involved. I wanted to also thank St. John's K-5 class that came this week to deliver snacks at City Hall. I have to admit that K-5 students are some of my favorites. It is so much fun to answer their questions and hear what's on their minds, and they were just delightful. And I know that they're coming later, Council, to deliver dinner to you at an upcoming meeting. This is something that St. John's does each year, and we'll get to appreciate them again. And Trey Jonikin, thank you so much for being such a fine example. We appreciated you being here tonight. That's all.
Thank you so much, Mayor. District 2.
No new business.
District 3.
So the other day, we had a police advisory committee meeting, and the best thing about that was we were able to meet over in the Public Safety Annex. And I want to first compliment the previous council and the work that they did in, one, procuring that building, and then all the work that has been done. It does this city very proud to see the facilities that we have over there that are just top-notch. One of the neat things that we were able to see, I want to especially thank Chief Williams. She was able to give the Police Advisory Committee group a tour of their occupied that morning fire station. And so if you didn't know, the fire station that was previously housed on Celtic has now been moved over to the Public Safety Annex, which is over on next to the Hexagon building over on the south side. What a great set of facilities they have. Looking forward to that being just, as they make that a home, and just, again, the work that the previous council did in setting that up and everything. It's really neat to see. And one is I appreciate what our people pour into this city to make those efforts possible. So that is our tax money at work, and I am thankful that it's put to work in a good way when you see facilities like that. And those firemen, one of the things that was really impressive to me about that is they were still on duty. They were answering calls. I don't know if they had an active call, hopefully not during that time, but they were ready. If there was a call, they would have stopped moving and gone and answered that call. And those guys just, around the clock, the work that they do, and the spirit and the heart in which they do it is just always awesome. So it was a great pleasure to get to witness that. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Goodson. Oh,
Sorry.
no, you're good. Anything else?
Nope.
Nope, okay. District 4, please.
Yeah, I had a few tonight, so good evening, everybody. I had three things I want to talk about real quick. One's an intersection in my district, near Mars District. And then I've got two updates from the committees I'm on, which is McDAB, the Madison City Disability Advisory Board, and the Recreation Advisory Board. So first, the intersection. This is the one on Bergreen and Hardeman. This is just southwest of James Clemens High School. It's been noted even in the news before, this is a dangerous intersection. There is plans to put a signal here. The right-of-way has been acquired on the northwest corner of the intersection, and we're working on another corner. So the next thing that's going to happen is the signal will go in. There's not much site work to do. Signal poles, mast arms, and equipment will go in. So once the right-of-way has been acquired, which is, obviously forthcoming, the contract says they have 90 days of the notice to proceed to finish it out. So no finite completion date for this yet, but it is well underway. And this is a very good improvement to improve safety in this immediate area for our parents and kids and everybody traveling in that area. From McDAB, there's a Community Helpers Resource Fair that's coming up in February 28th of this year from 10 to 2 p.m. There's a bunch of vendors registered for this. This is a thing to support the community with folks with disabilities. There's a bunch of different events such as sensory events and touch a truck experiences, food trucks, and activities. They are looking for volunteers in both the form of people or companies or vendors that are interested in helping out the special needs community and those with disabilities. So if you are interested in any more information, you can contact me and I'll help you get in touch with Marissa Estrada, who is the Special Needs Program Coordinator, and also our information is listed on the city website for more to reach us. But that's a really cool event. The last thing I want to talk about was our two big parks, which is Palmer and Dublin. These are things I'm passionate about, so I love talking about them. So the entrance of Palmer was tore out a couple months back, and it was widened, and it's going to be much improved. A lot of low temperatures here lately, and you can't do a lot of brickwork with these low temperatures. So that is pending, and they'll begin doing that brickwork once the temperatures warm up enough to properly do that. It has been closed since December. The park has, and I've heard about that a lot from friends and those that know I'm in this space, I guess. It's been closed at the recommendation of a turf specialist, so somebody that knows wear and tear and how to make sure our fields are the best they can be. So, we put down winter ryegrass on all those fields, the soccer fields, the baseball fields, which is common in sports. You do that in the wintertime because it helps soak up and strengthen your Bermuda grass or whatever else is there. So that stuff came in really good. It's bright green. I saw pictures today. Thanks, Corey. And that park will remain closed into February. And then once you hit the fields in the spring, it's going to be really nice. We are working on some other things, too, to make sure we don't overuse our fields, and more to come with that in a little bit. Got a lot of new pavement and asphalt in the park. It's not striped yet. Again, that needs to be something that happens once it's warmer, so that's done properly, but that'll include striping the drive in and the parking lots that have been newly laid, which are huge improvements, because if you haven't been to Palmer lately or in the past 20 years, it's not fun to park in gravel or on the curb, so that's going to be a big improvement. New lighting at the lower quad, that is in progress and should be complete by first pitch of NBA baseball. So that's awesome. New LED lighting. You're not going to hear the hum of 1,000 yellow jackets coming out your head. So netting projects are underway, and that's to replace backstops that were rusted and chain link, and they're from the 80s. So it's going to be a very fresh new look. It's better for visibility. It's safer. It's all the things. So that's going to look great. Plan completion also before opening day of NBA, and that's upper and lower quads. Parks and Rec continues to work with NBA to look at fields 7 and 8, which are the ones closest to the Bradford Creek trailhead on Palmer Road. So those are fields that have no fence. They're not great, and we're looking to make sure those are improved a little bit to make sure that our teams can use those and increase utilization of the park and help the schedulers out. Dublin is going well. The pool is a nice toasty 82 degrees right now. There is a Ray Fogg swim meet this weekend there, and the building will be closed for that meet. Sorry I was long-winded, but that's all I have for tonight.
No, that was great. A cold pool is great for swimmers. I'll just say that. Thank you, Mr. McKay. District 5.
Yes, last night, Mayor Bartlett and I had the opportunity to attend the Golden Apple Gala, which it was hosted by the Schools Foundation, and this was where we celebrated and recognized our outstanding Teachers of the Year. Not only Madison City, but they recognized Madison County and Huntsville City Schools as well. And so it was a great time to celebrate our educators. And I've got to say, too, Trey, as Mayor said, you are such a good example, but you are also just a very good example of all the opportunities that Madison City Schools provides. Because did I hear cello? You play the cello, you're on the basketball team, you're on student council, and that is just, it's very diverse. You are a well-rounded kid, and then you're up here saying the speech. So that was almost brought me to tears, so you did a fantastic job. So I think you're a testament to our school system there. I'd also, to reiterate what, our public safety team and our staff, just our city staff. Since I've been on council, it's just amazing what they all do with this little amount of people. They cover such a wide area, and during this time, during the bad weather, I've got to say, Public Works was constantly out there, and then, I don't think the mayor got any sleep either. So, and it's not just Public Works. You've got our clerks working, everybody. You guys just worked so well as a team, so I was very impressed with that. Thank you for that, and thank you for our city for coming together and helping as far as those apartments and helping those in need, so we can always count on you. Last week, Councilmember Jackson and I got to attend Advocacy Day with the Alabama League of Municipalities, and otherwise known as ALM. It's an opportunity to engage with other leaders in the state of Alabama, and then we can learn about things that may be coming down the pipe that may affect our cities or our local communities. So this is a time where we can gather information, we can figure out, talking with our state representatives and work together. And I got to say, we had a really good showing from our North Alabama state representatives. We have good relationships with them. We may not always agree on everything, but we do have very good relationships, and we're very fortunate for that. And finally, I'm going to share some, I'm on the Madison Chamber Board, and they've got a couple of events coming up. We had a board meeting this morning. January 30th at noon, ribbon cutting for Core South. It's a locally owned boutique fitness studio opening its first Madison location. So that's January 30th at noon. February 5th at 10 a.m. is a ribbon cutting for our Public Safety Annex and Fire Station 4, which is going to strengthen our emergency services in our southeast corridor. And this just represents a major investment in keeping our city safe. And then February 5th at 3 p.m., there's a ribbon cutting for Escapology, which I know Mara is,
Very excited
Councilmember
about.
Robleski
Very
is
excited.
very excited about, and I think she's going to try to, after the ribbon cutting, maybe stay and play if anybody wants to play a game with her.
Come play.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lessman. District 6, please.
Oh, so much was shared tonight. I agree with so much of it. Thank you so much. But no new business.
Thank you. District 7.
Yes, I guess like to start out by echoing, Mayor Bartlett and Councilmember Lessman, everyone who came together to help with the Sutton Apartment residents, helping them out, and then Public Works and Madison County, their crews for keeping the roads clear. Monday around lunchtime, I walked out past Wall Train at a Hughes, and traffic was moving smoothly in all directions. So it really was like nothing almost happened. As far as new stuff that no one else has said, the Beautification and Tree Board met at Madison Meeting Hall last Tuesday to judge the Arbor Day posters. And I just wanted to say thanks to everyone in Parks and Rec and other departments who are involved in making that facility available. Just wanted to recommend that to the community. Sorry, I don't have the exact contact info on hand, but if you go to the city's website, you could look into how to reserve a room yourself. And then last thing, a couple hours ago, the school board met, and I just want to commend the system. They had 25 new teachers certified for national board. bringing their total over 120. So, yeah, testament to all the work they're doing over there.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Jackson. I wanted to share that I am the council liaison to the Madison Utilities Board. I try not to read statements, but I wanted to make sure that I captured all of the information so that I could share it with you directly. On Monday, January 5th, I attended our first of 2 monthly meetings at Madison Utilities. At that meeting, it was normal discussion of business. There was no mention of water being turned off to anyone. And then on Friday, just 4 days later, at the close of business, the city was notified by Madison Utilities general manager that the water had been turned off the previous morning due to the Sutton Apartments management failure to pay. My main concern with this action is that our fire department was not notified for approximately 36 hours. And this is a concern of how this could have ended in a terrible tragedy. So that is very upsetting to me. And I wanted to also say that on January 21st, I attended my second monthly board meeting for Madison Utilities, and the Sutton Apartments was discussed at length. The property owners were significantly behind in their payment to Madison Utilities, and this has been an ongoing issue with this company since 2022. This same property management company owns 3 apartment complexes in Huntsville, but Huntsville Utilities did not turn off their water even though their debt was greater than that of Madison Utilities. I also asked if we could waive the fee for approximately 12 families for their next deposit to Madison Utilities. Some folks have moved into an apartment and some folks have moved into a home, and Madison Utilities was requiring a deposit for any of those new locations. Every board of director and the general manager said absolutely not. That if they had to do it for one, they would have to do it for all. I disagreed with this, and I again said that Huntsville Utilities waived the deposit for those impacted in the 3 apartment complexes that they service, and I felt that we could do the same. I'm extremely concerned about the actions that this board of directors has taken over the last 6 months. Never in my wildest dreams would I have thought Madison Utilities would remove fluoride from our water system. Studies have shown that fluoride is one of the greatest medical discoveries of the 20th century. This is a second example where this authority has put our citizens' health and lives at risk. The next member of the Board of Directors' term does not expire until 2028, when 2 board member terms end. I've shared with Mayor Bartlett and with our city attorney, Ms. Zingarelli, that I would like to explore all options by reviewing this procedure. And this is my recap, and I just wanted to share it with you. I hate reading things. I like to just speak from the heart, but I wanted to make sure that I covered all bases. I've received a number of emails about this concern, and I am very concerned about the actions. So, okay. Want to also say escapology, just to kind of pivot here a little bit, escapology is an escape room. So you may not have known that that's what it was, but that will be a fun event at 3 o'clock that day. And the only other announcement I have is that the Civic Awareness Academy for our spring semester has opened online. We're not sure how this is going to look moving forward, but I know that space is going to be limited. It's a fabulous program for anyone who lives in Madison. You get to learn about how your government works, how Parks and Rec work, public works. So I would go online and just, you'll find the Civic Awareness Academy on our website. And that's all that I have. Thank you. Okay, so now moving into department reports, and we have Mr. Johnson with engineering.
All right, so first tonight I have resolution number 2026-041R. This is authorizing a professional services agreement with Nivens and Associates Appraisals Incorporated for appraisal of properties on project 25003. That's the Powell and Bergreen intersection improvements, $5,100 to be paid from the engineering department budget.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion from Mr. Beer and a second from Mr. Jackson. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, may I have the vote, please?
Councilmember Beer?
Aye.
Councilmember Jackson?
Aye.
Council President Robleski?
Aye.
Councilmember Gibson,
Aye.
Councilmember McKay,
Aye.
Councilmember Lessman,
Aye.
Councilmember White.
Aye.
Thank you. The resolution passes.
Next, I have resolution number 2026-043R, authorizing a professional services agreement with Halliburton Surveying and Mapping Incorporated for a topographic survey on city property located on Huntsville-Browns Ferry Road for project 25028 Madison Farms, $11,500 to be paid from engineering department budget.
Move to approve?
Second.
I have a motion from Mrs. White and a second from Mrs. Lessman, and I do have a question for you. And this is a project we've been working on for a long time. Can you give council a bit of a recap of how there's a house on the property and people were living in the house for a little while and what our plan is with the house?
I don't actually have the plans for the house. That's facilities and grounds, so that would be Gerald. I do understand that there's folks that live there. They're renting from the city. I'm not exactly sure what his plan is for that property. This project is to get a topographic survey so that we can do some in-house design for some park improvements over there, including some soccer fields, dog park, playground, that kind of stuff.
Stay tuned.
parking lot.
Okay.
We'll get you something.
Okay, that would be great. And do we know, like, when the renters, rent is, when?
I don't have that information.
Okay.
I don't deal with the house.
No. Okay, we will stay tuned for, no, that's okay. We will stay tuned for word later on. May I have a motion in a second? Oh, I have a motion from Mrs. White and a second from Mrs. Lessman. Any other comments or questions? Okay, seeing none, may I have the vote, please?
Councilmember White,
Aye.
Councilmember Lessman,
Aye.
Council President Robleski,
Aye.
Councilmember Beer,
Aye.
Councilmember Gibson,
Aye.
Councilmember McKay,
Aye.
Councilmember Jackson.
Aye.
Thank you. The resolution passes. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Next up is legal.
Good evening. I have two items for your consideration tonight. The first one is Ordinance 2026-036. This ordinance dedicates a portion of the total sales and use tax levied by the City of Madison to be paid to the Board of Education for public education purposes. This ordinance lifts the sunset on this half-cent sales tax that was scheduled to expire in 2027, and it levies this half-cent sales tax into the future to the Board of Education to be used for educational purposes, including school construction projects. The proceeds in excess of that will be retained by the board for general public education purposes, and this ordinance contains a limited carve-out for the city to retain the half-cent in connection with certain economic development opportunities, including the Costco property that was just annexed into the city. And this is a second reading, so I would like to ask for your approval.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion from Mr. Beer and a second from Mr. Jackson. Any comments or questions? May I have the vote, please? Oh, I'm sorry.
I do have a
Oh,
statement. So, first of all, I want to thank the school system, especially Dr. Nichols, for presenting the case for renewal so clearly. Without renewal, Dr. Nichols, has shared that over 50 teaching units will need to be cut in order to address pressing infrastructure needs. These include 24 pre-K teachers, 7 English language teachers, 5 elementary STEM, and 3 each in art and music. Letting the half-cent expire might also lead to reduced bus transportation. He also shared that we spend less per student than competitive districts statewide, and I'd like to see us narrow that gap, not widen it. One of the top 3 topics I heard when campaigning was how great our schools are, and I agree. And I think we should do everything we can to keep them that way.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Jackson. Any other comments or questions?
I agree with you, Kenneth, and they're in the gap, right? So we want to be competitive, we want to be the best. Let's not do something that's going to put us at a disadvantage to those other places, right? And when I was campaigning during the summer too, this was an automatic yes for me, and I didn't even know everything at that point in time. I just was like, schools, yes, right? But the way that they have articulated what this would do and help fund and the projects and being able to visualize what the vision is with this, it's sold it for me too. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. McKay.
It's worth noting, a lot of times we make questions or have questions and comments. We've done so much research in advance and understanding of it, but it's also kind of for the public's awareness. So I would say in some of the discussions I've had, folks are like, they've got enough, or I don't have kids in school, but Madison's property value is driven by the schools. And Trey, you're a great example of just what an incredible school system we have. What I think is amazing too is the collaboration. When we make these decisions, we make understanding, is because we have conversations with our school board sitting over there, our superintendent. So I thank y'all again for your just transparency of what you need and where we're going. So thank you so much for all of that.
Thank you, Mr. Beer.
Yeah, I want to echo that. We didn't enter into any of these, decisions lightly. We've been meeting for months, about this. We've been having discussions for months with Madison City Schools, with each other. We've done research. We have numbers. We have data to back up the reasons why. And then we have, just personal conversations with our constituents, with residents, who have told us this is the reason why we moved to Madison, because of the schools. Back in 1998, when Madison City Schools was created, it was because of a commitment to excellence. And we want to uphold that commitment to excellence. So, for me, this is a no-brainer. We want to support our school system. We want Madison City Schools to remain competitive. We want this city to be a place where people choose to live. We've all chosen to be here. Many of us have chosen to raise our children here. I've heard from a number of constituents, and just this week, and if I went off of that alone, that support and that encouragement is enough to help support this decision. So, yes.
Perfectly said. And I will say, as a parent who had children in the system and has seen them grow up and fly and spread their wings, the foundation that they received with Madison City Schools was integral to their success. And what this does in leaving this as a temporary gives the school board an opportunity to plan out 15, 20, 30, 40 years in advance, go to the bond market and have really a set figure of information that they can count on and know that they have the city's support in what they do for our children and for our citizens. I mean, our property values are at a high rate because of the integrity and quality of our school system. And those of us that have sent children off are still benefiting from that. So also agree with all of you. It was a no-brainer for me. Any other comments?
I would like to commend the council and Council President Robleski, because your very first work session, you were brand new as a council, and you invited the school board and the superintendent to sit with you and to have dialogue and conversation. And I have watched you ask many questions. You were so thoughtful in how you were trying to get the answers to see what was right. And so I just want to thank you for your process and how you've approached your decision.
Thank you, Mayor. May I have the vote, please?
Councilmember Beer,
Aye.
Councilmember Jackson,
Aye.
Council President Robleski,
Aye.
Councilmember Goodson,
Aye.
Councilmember McKay,
Aye.
Councilmember Lessman,
Aye.
Councilmember White.
Aye.
Thank you all. The resolution passes.
Thank you. And also, I would like to present Ordinance 2026-54 for a first reading. This is an ordinance that authorizes a renewed joint purchasing agreement with the City of Huntsville, and this will allow the City of Madison to use the City of Huntsville's bid pricing for light-duty vehicle purchases from Woody Anderson Ford and Donahue Chevrolet. So this is just a first reading, and we'll be back and asking for a vote on February 9th.
Great. We will see you then for that. Thank you so much. Next up is planning.
Good evening.
Good evening.
First item is resolution number 2025-50-R. This is to authorize a contractor agreement with Big River Electric for the installation of electric equipment for a new wayfinding sign. The cost is $6,500 to be paid from the planning department budget.
Move to approve?
Second.
I have a motion for Mrs. White and a second for Mr. Goodson. Any comments or questions?
Yes, I just wanted to clarify. I know, we spoke earlier, but I just want to confirm that this is just for the electric power to a sign that is already in place, correct?
The sign is under construction currently. It was approved under a separate contract last year.
Okay, awesome. So this is just completes the sign.
Yes.
Yes, thank you, Mary Beth.
So what does the sign say if it is
The
electric?
sign says City of Madison. It is a wayfinding sign. You want to cue it up? We're ready in
What a
case
good
you.
segue.
Wow.
This is part of the city's wayfinding program. The sign is going to be is being installed on Old Madison Pike. So as you're coming from the city of Huntsville into Madison, it'll be on the right-hand side.
No questions.
You happy now?
Yes.
Very good. May I have the vote, please?
Councilmember White?
Aye.
Councilmember Goodson?
Aye.
Council President Robleski?
Aye.
Councilmember Beer?
Aye.
Councilmember McKay?
Aye.
Councilmember Lessman?
Aye.
Councilmember Jackson?
Aye.
Thank you. The resolution passes.
Thank you. The next item is proposed ordinance number 2026-25, and this is for the annexation of 3 lots in the Morris Estates subdivision. This is just a first reading. The property consists of 2.3 acres and is recommended by staff and the Planning Commission, and we will ask you to vote on the annexation in March.
Okay. Thank you.
And the next item is for the same property, and this is resolution number 2026-23-R, and this is a resolution to set a public hearing on the ordinance that would zone the property to low-density R1A zoning, which is what the rest of Morris Estates is zoned. And again, this would be 3 lots. The public hearing would be set for March 9th, and staff and the Planning Commission are recommending approval.
May I have a motion and a second?
Oh, so moved.
Second.
I have a motion from Mr. Beer and a second from Mrs. White. Any comments or questions?
This is District 2, and I remember first looking at this neighborhood, actually Connie and I drove it, and I was like, this is so crazy. We got half these homes in the county and half in the city, so I think over time, we'd love to get most of that in there, at least I would, so I appreciate this coming forward.
Thank you. May I have the vote, please?
Councilmember Beer?
Aye.
Councilmember White?
Aye.
Council President Robleski?
Aye.
Councilmember Goodson?
Aye.
Councilmember McKay?
Aye.
Councilmember Lessman?
Aye.
Councilmember Jackson?
Aye.
Thank you. The resolution passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Last but never least, recreation.
Good evening. I have Resolution 2026-055-R authorizing transportation agreement with the City of Madison Board of Education for 2026 special events. This is for 4th of July, Easter egg hunt, day camp, etc.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion for Mr. McKay and a second from Mrs. White. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, may I have the vote, please?
Councilmember McKay?
Aye.
Councilmember White?
Aye.
Council President Robleski?
Aye.
Councilmember Beer?
Aye.
Councilmember Goodson?
Aye.
Councilmember Lessman?
Aye.
Councilmember Jackson?
Aye.
Thank you. The resolution passes. Thank you. Are there any announcements or miscellaneous business?
Mark, can I
Yes, sir.
ask you a private question real quick?
Not really.
Not really.
Well,
We're among friends.
okay, so this is highly unusual, but I just feel for this. So I think there's a gentleman here that wanted to make a comment in public comments, realizing that it's been closed. However, I think he was doing baby duty during that section of the meeting. And if he is here,
Yes.
would you entertain him having his 3 minutes?
I would absolutely love to, Duck, love to hear. If you could share with us, please, your name and which district you live in.
Absolutely. It's Grayson Hawkins, and I'm under Ms. West.
Yes.
So we have a very young member of the Madison City, and she goes to daycare in Mr. Goodson's district at Arden Daycare. Now, this is part of that new Town Madison development, where Town Madison turns into Dunlop. And what you have is a 3-way intersection. You have Lime Quarry Road coming up to Town Madison. Town Madison does not have a stop, but actually opposite that is the main entrance exit to a daycare. And I know maybe you've driven by and maybe you've driven by, but there's an elevated parking lot, and it creates a bit of an obstruction when these kids and parents are exiting Arden Daycare. So Mr. Goodson shared with me the proper channels to actually get this addressed with Mr. Johnson, and I'm going to do that, but I just want to make the council aware that I think it's a bit unsafe, especially considering it's a new development, maybe this was overlooked, and it's children, there's a lot of babies and stuff in and out all the time. So thank you so much for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Mr. Hawkins, and feel free to get Mr. Johnson's information. Any other announcement?
Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. We are adjourned.